Hi everyone, it is time to colour a pumpkin. This is from Colouring Heaven's Halloween special, and these are Agotapop's Halloween Tinies that we're colouring from the book, and it's his pumpkin time. Here we go. Now let's have a little look. I'm thinking we'll do the glow part first. So let's have a think. I'm using Polychromos pencils, by the way, just so that you're aware. I'm using them for all of these. They go down nicely on this paper and they're good for the little details, and I like them. Dark cadmium yellow. What I think I'm going to do is do the outside of the area with this. Like that. Ooh, that's my door banging. My husband walked past the door and it's like the vibration of the floorboard caused the door to bang. I'm going to use in there and here, just around the outside. There is method in my madness. Probably. There we go. And then I'm going to get a slightly lighter yellow, which I have picked the cadmium yellow, and I'm going to go all over the whole area with this. And I think having two different colours just gives it a little bit of interest. Now it might be quite difficult to tell, but I know it's there. But I think it just a bit better. There we go. Now the cut out pieces, the edges. Now on a pumpkin normally, as far as I can remember, those are a little bit lighter. In fact, they can be almost whitey cream. This is how I do them. It might not be right. So a cadmium orange, lightly. Okay, so just hold it on its side and just put enough down so you can just see it's there. And it's quite dark in here, so I might be putting down a bit more than necessary. Yeah, the sun's out blazing, so I've got the blind shut, and it means it's quite dark. I've got my lamp on. Okay, and what I tend to do is grab my beige red. This says light flash, but it's beige red, and go over the top of that, so it's a little bit muted, which I sort of think is how I see the colour. But I might be wrong, but that's that. Now we're going to grab that light orange again, the cadmium orange, and we're going to do the whole of our pumpkin in this, just a light layer, just to get us started. Yeah, I had a busy day so far. It's Saturday, farmers market and grocery shopping first thing, although we did have a bit of a lie-in. I guess I got out of bed at 7, and but it took us, we were quite late leaving for the market. It doesn't open till 9. I did the ironing, that's what I was doing first thing, and then yes, we went to the market and the groceries, got home, did the cleaning, and by then it was 11:30, so I did a little bit of fiddling around. Online fiddling around, you know that thing. Well, actually I took a photo of something that pumpkin that I coloured yesterday, which I put up on my socials, ready for the 31st of October, because I'm trying to do a few Halloweeny themed pages, but I want to make sure there's one for Halloween, so I put that one there. But oops. Now, this is not very neat. I don't think I need to tell you that, you would have noticed. It doesn't matter at this point in time. So we're going to go for a darker orange now. Yeah, I think I use this one. Pondering voice. This is the dark cadmium orange, I think it's called. cadmium orange, and I'm going to do the areas I think will be darker. So down at the bottom and up here, this is where I think the main darker bit will be, and then I'm just going to sort of scumble it like this and fade it into the cadmium orange like that. And we'll do the same here, so along the dark line here and along the bottom, and then scumble and fade. It's going to be my new catchphrase, scumble and fade. Or is it a new comedy duo? Or no, I think a detective team. Not Dempsey and Makepeace, but Scumble and Fade. I think they sound like a good duo. Right, back here, each edge a bit darker, a bit lighter there, and the same on this one, so darker against that stem, right up here. Yeah, I did a pumpkin from Lulu Mayo's book. It's a Million Magical Creatures, so that's fun. It's quite a simple one actually. I don't know what I'm going to colour next. I haven't got, oh I have got something, oh yes. I found a sort of really simple picture. It was fun. It means sometimes you're in the mood for something simple, I'm sure you will agree, but sometimes it can just be quite nice to do something easier. And actually, if it's simple, I'm going to do a little bit here. You've got a bit more time to put in some details maybe. And it sounds a bit odd because obviously you can choose how long you spend on the picture, but I get to the point where I've had enough and I want to move on to another one. So back to our cadmium orange. We're going to go back over all of these areas again. Even those light areas. We just want to start to intensify and burnish really. Yeah. So I have done Halloween carving before. Took the children once when they were quite small. We went to a place and just happened to be Halloween time, and they happened to be offering this as a cheap or free event, I can't remember, and so we let them have a go. And the first job was to scoop the seeds out of the pumpkin. They had a go and they both hated it. It was too slimy. So that was where Mother had to take over. So I had to take over and do that bit, and then they decided what face they wanted, but they couldn't push the tools in to get it to carve properly, so I had to do that as well. Having never done it before, it's just not something I've done. So yeah, so I've had a go, but I wasn't particularly keen. It's all sticky and dirty and messy, and I couldn't get it to look very good. I was like, anyway. My sister usually does one. Her husband's really good at it, doing the carving. He's quite artistic actually. At Christmas, last year maybe it was, he'd drawn some pictures. They had some sort of pens that you could write on the window, different colours. He'd drawn some pictures on their windows. They look really cool. But I'm not. I could probably do it with a stencil, but even then I wouldn't be confident that would be that good. Now the fact that this one is lighter is because it's nearer to us. But I think it also helps draw the eye into the face, because I've actually done the candlelight quite dark. Excuse me, so it doesn't show up that well. You could make these bits black and then it really looks a bit scary. don't want mine to look scary. Oh, I'm cold again. I need to get a cardigan. I've grabbed my permanent green olive. Excuse me yawning. To mark out the shadowy bits on my stem. Like that. And then I'm going to grab the May green to finish it. I'm just sharpening it first. There we go, May green. I don't know how well it's quite hard to see. So just filling this in really. I like eating squashes. I don't particularly like pumpkin. I prefer butternut squash. A lot of the pumpkins we have for sale here. I'm going to do some of the leaves in the same colour as the stem. So back to my permanent green olive for these ones, I think. Yeah, a lot of the pumpkins we have at the shop, in the shops, are either large carving pumpkins or small decorative ones, and either way you don't really eat them. So we do get things like acorn squashes and stuff, but they're green, aren't they? They look a bit more like pumpkin. I think those two and those two I'd do differently. Let's just mix it up a little bit. So here's a May green for these. I'm just going to go over them and finish them off. Yeah, it's I just don't quite have it all going on really. Well, last time I went to a supermarket, no, I went today, but ours didn't have it. But last time I went to a Tesco, which was last week, they had a big box of carving pumpkins outside the door that you could buy. Right, a different colour. Let's go for this one. This is the chromium green. Is that what it's called? Yeah, chromium green opaque. Sorry, that is what it's called. I didn't know if I'd sharpened half the name off, but not quite. It's quite small, isn't it? I'm going to do the sleeve in the same leaf in the same way as this one, so our darker colour here, and then fade. So this one's going to be green as well, but this leaf I might do in a more autumnal scheme, colour scheme. There we go. This one. So I'm going to finish these off with the earth green yellowish. This is going to look quite similar to the others, because the earth green yellowish is a very similar colour to the May green, but it hopefully will look darker because I've used both of the colours. I've used a darker. Right, I'm trying to think of what to do for the other one. I need to sharpen this, it's very blunt. It's better. It's easier to burnish with a sharp pencil, that's for sure. Now this leaf, I think I want to do the corners of the leaf in brown. I might start there actually. I'm going to use the burnt sienna and do these bits. I'm going to fade them out. I want it to sort of blend. There we go. Now I'm going to leave my burnt sienna handy in case I need to add another layer in a minute. I think I'm going to go to brown ochre next. So I'm just gonna extend that area further into our leaf. Sort of get an edge done really. Then I'm going to go to this, the olive green yellowish, but I'm only going to use a little bit in this centre section here. And lastly, I'm going to smush it together with the pencils in my sharpener. It is no secret really, it is the green gold. I'm going to go over the whole thing with the green gold. And then we will darken a few bits probably. Yeah. Oh. So I'm going to firstly go to this olive green yellowish, and I'm going to put some along this sort of vein in the middle. To make a more definite green area there. And those tips I'm going to emphasise a little more, just sharpen up my pencil. They're burnt sienna. I'm thinking I want it all the way around the edge. That wasn't where I put it originally, but I think it's gonna look quite nice like that. And then our brown ochre, remember. Oh, there it is. Just sort of mix it up a little bit. Now, I've been looking at this pumpkin and I'm not completely happy with the colour of it. There's a lot of white showing through. I'm going to grab this. This is the dark chrome yellow. It does look quite orangey. And I'm going to do the paler areas with this just to try and brighten it up a little bit. So those sorts of edges that we kept paler, we're done with this. And also then this centre section. It's this centre section that was bothering me really. I just felt it, I could see too much white paper through. And I wanted a bit more colour in here. And on the edge here, you can just take it in as far as you think is necessary, just the edge. There, I prefer that, I like that better. I still wonder whether his eyes, nose, etc. should be a little bit, should be black, but I'm not going to do them black. I'm going to leave them. We need something to do with these dots around here though. I'm just going to have a look at my pens. I'm tempted to do them in green rather than orange, just because we've got orange on our cupcakes above, and we've got a lot of orange in this picture, so I think green might just make a change. Just all the way over all of the dots. You might decide you prefer orange. There we go. Probably quite hard to see, to be honest. But oh, it was number 727, just in case you want to do exactly the same one. But there we are with our pumpkin. Not very scary, thank goodness. And we've got one more on this page to finish tomorrow. So thank you for watching, hoping that you have a super day and happy colouring.